Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch things about the Wheel of Time, you know, all of the bonuses around the Wheel of Time that we can find on Amazon Prime. I told you that I didn't want to watch them during the season because I wanted to understand things through the season because of things which were written in each episode, and I don't like usually to have that kind of bonuses which are there to explain stuff which are supposed to be explained, you know, really into the story. But you told me that they were really great, so I told you that I would watch it, but at the end of the season, and it would be something more to confirm that I understood everything during the season by itself. So that's it, we're gonna discover that. You know, just clicking on that to see where to find that kind of stuff, you know that sometimes it can be hard. The bonuses for The Expanse, I'm not gonna talk again about it, but that's really hard to find them. So for the Wheel of Time, it's really different. They made entirely a website, you know, for it, an whole section for it. It's really great. I'm gonna show you that. That's all. Like usually, if you want to have my Patreon to support me, like if you really spent all of the season with me for the Wheel of Time and you want to show me your support, of course you can like, subscribe, comment right down on YouTube. It's helping me, but you have also Patreon to support me a little more, and on Patreon you have extended reaction part for all of the episodes, and for the episode 8 that I just edited, it's 12 minutes longer. 12 minutes, it's a lot, so just imagine how hard it was for me to cut into my reactions and thoughts for the YouTube version of these videos. That was really rough, so that's it. Patreon for having all of these reactions and thoughts. We have the episode section, and into the explore section I saw that we have plenty of stuff. So little by little, right there I saw that it was a description, you know, of each characters. I already read them, you know, without you. If you want to read that before beginning the season, again, like I said, I don't like to do things like that. Me, when I'm beginning a show, when I'm beginning a movie, I want that movie and that show to be enough to explain me stuff, to understand stuff through it. So it's not my way to see things, but for people who can be interested, it's interesting, the fact that they did that. The origin stories, that's the videos that we're gonna watch together, right there, all of these videos. 6 little videos, that's gonna be cool. After that, they made a description for a lot of different things. Right there, it's the artifact section. So right there, you know, for the Aes Sedai rings, for example, it's an explanation. The Trolloc weapon. Blades. Okay, Landsword. Right there, I don't know if it was useful, you know, to make something about it, but why not? Click. Oh, the dagger, okay. For example, you know, that thing, I hope that they didn't put it before the episode when we discovered the dagger, and before the episode when we discovered what the dagger did, you know, to Matt. Like, you know, to put on the same section Tom's guitar and the Horn of Valere. I'm not sure, you know, of the importance of stuff. For what I understood, I'm not sure that Tom's guitar really needed to have an entire section on that thing, but why not? But for example, again, that I hope that they didn't put that explanation about that object before the episode 8. If not, that's a spoiler. Same for Sound on Grail. Okay, for now, for the artifact, I didn't read anything which was not already into the show. Okay, the different creatures, the Trollocs. Okay. Bella. The Fates, that's more interesting, in my opinion. Just that, you know, the different words to name it, it's interesting. Remember, at first, during the first episode, I had some issues with that, with understanding that in fact they were talking about the same thing. Okay, Ogier and Builders, that's the name of that category. For now, nothing more than what I learned into the thing. The Aes Sedai. Huh? Oh yeah. Oh, what? They dedicate their lives to finding dark friends, believing all who can touch the one power, including the Aes Sedai, serve the shadow. I understood that they are against the Aes Sedai, that they are also tracking the Aes Sedai, but I didn't understand that they thought that the Aes Sedai are serving the shadow and that they consider that the Aes Sedai are dark friends. Everyone who can touch the one power is someone bad, is a dark friend. I didn't understand that. For me, you know, to be simple, you know, to really explain that with simple words, there were police guys who were arresting everyone using powers because it's forbidden to use powers. What I understand with that, it's more like they want to arrest everyone who can use power because they are convinced that everyone who can use power is gonna use it bad. Do you understand? It's not the same. The thinkers, okay. Landmarks. The Two Rivers Farm, yep. Shadar Logos, okay. The pattern. Okay, that's the part of the mythology. Okay, I can see. Okay, I can understand more. Like, it's not bringing something new. You know, I'm still telling you if I'm learning something new that I didn't understand into the show, into the season. It's not the case. It's more like it's a better explanation than what I had into my head. When the Wheel of Time needs to mend or realign the pattern, it creates Ta'veren, bending a person's life thread in such a way that all surrounding threads are forced to swirl around it. This creates a ripple effect across the pattern, making the person a focal point in the weave. People who are Ta'veren find themselves at the center of strange and improbable events, both good and bad. That, they didn't explain it at all into the season, no? And now, you know, for what we learned at the end of the episode 8, the fact that all 5 of them, they are named like that. I mean, we knew that all 5 of them, they have a destiny, they are related, they are connected, stuff like that. But that word, really Ta'veren, they are using it at the end of the episode 8. The Wheel of Time needs to realign the pattern, and doing that, it's changing the life of persons, that it has consequences, you know, for this person, which is now a focal point in the weave. Okay, because they're important. Why do I think that it can be through their different lives, you know, because they said that the Wheel of Time, with all of that mythology, you can be reborn, you know, into another life. Can it be possible that if in one of your previous life you were one of these Ta'veren, into your next one you're gonna be also the other one like me? Okay, nothing new. It's a dark one. Dragon's Fang. Oh, the symbol, okay. I understood that it was for that, you know, for something which was painted into the doors of people who were suspected of being bad people, you know, of using power, of being evil, you know, all of the witch things. And so it's named Dragon's Fang, okay. The light. The creator itself. That's the first time that you are naming someone, something, you know, as the creator. The Wheel of Time, I've got it. The light and the dark, you know, forms of power. But the light being the driving force of good, coming from the creator itself, it means that you believe that there is a God behind the power, you know, the one power, there is a God behind that, there is a creator behind. That's not clear. And that's not, you know, for the mythology that I understood through the show about the Wheel of Time, about the lives, you know, coming back like that. The creator, you're bringing something new into the balance, you know. You know, for me, the mythology behind a Wheel of Time, behind a power, it's not related to a mythology with a god. Do you understand what I mean? I'm wondering about that thing, you know, about the creator. If you can explain that to me on the comments, I'm interested. That, I think that it's a map. That's it. That's a map. Okay, Faldara, it's there. It's a blight. Okay, we discovered all of that. For each one of them, there is something like this one. At the end of the episode 8, they are coming from the sea, so they are coming from something which is right there. The third age, right there, that's a chronology. That's really well done, you know. They really took time, you know, to think of that, to do all of that. The champion is reborn. Moraine sets out on her quest. If I'm clicking right there, we have an explanation about her quest. That's really well done, you know, for each thing to have the date, to have also an explanation about it. Okay, so I'm gonna watch these bonus videos now. That's already long, you know, that's already a long video, but I'm gonna cut a lot into it. Okay, first one, the breaking of the world.
For centuries, our sisters of the Aes Sedai have sought to understand the breaking of the world.
Oh, it's...
3,000 years ago,
Ooh.
Luthor and the Dark One poisoned the source of power for male Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
With this, Luthor lost his mind.
He lost his mind after... Ah, okay.
His beloved wife. He slew his children she bore him.
He did?
The Dark One released Luthor from his madness, just to show him what he had done. And it wasn't Luthor alone who suffered. It began the breaking. The time of madness. It was a time of unchecked, unhinged rage that destroyed the world, changed the face of the world, and ended the age of legends. Humanity is driven to the brink of extinction. By then, entire civilizations had disappeared. Centuries of progress and knowledge gone. It would be among the most sacred of duties, as an Aes Sedai, to protect the world from another such breaking.
Oh, it's really, really good. How it's done and all. The fact that it's drawn like that, it's so well done. It's really beautiful. The pictures are beautiful. The story like that, said by that woman with that voice, you know, the interpretation behind the voice is really great. That story also is really good, but I want to hear that story. I want to have that story inside of the show. At the beginning of the episode 8, for example, if you don't want to spoil, you know, the name of the first dragon, if you don't want to spoil things about him, in addition of the memory, you know, that we had at the beginning of the episode 8, we should have had that, clearly. In my opinion, big informations that we should have. The one about the fact that the last dragon killed his wife, killed his kid, killed all of these persons. That's something that I didn't know and that I should have known, you know, into the show. And that thing about the breaking, like, I remember that they talked a little about it, but not that it destroyed entire civilizations, entire stuff, you know, which were lost forever. I didn't understand that. Oh, it should be into the show. It's great to have that, and it's beautiful as it is, you know, for the object that it is. That video is really great, but it's sad that the ones who are just watching the regular season doesn't have access to that object, which is really great, but also to these informations, which are really important. The second one, The Fall of Manetheren. Oh, that's the song! Oh, okay, the same...
1,000 years after the breaking, with the towers of Manetheren to their backs, King Aemon and his army defended their people.
Oh, that's so well done.
2 days and nights they held their city against Trollocs, dark friends, and Dreadlord. Behind the honor of the Red Eagle,
It's beautiful.
retreat found no place amongst them.
Wow!
And the sword that could not be broken was shattered.
You.
From behind them
a kid already found, or is gonna find that? No, it's just to say that it's gonna continue, no? For that, you know, for that little video, I don't have the same opinion than for the first one. The first one really for me had a lot of important information which were totally new for me. When for this one, it was a battle, it was a story that we already heard, you know, all of that moment with Moiraine saying that story, with them singing that stuff and all. Like, it was just that story on screen. I'm seeing just when, in fact, again, the drawings were beautiful, the environment, the sound environment, you know, the music, how it was done, that was truly beautiful. That represents more the kind of bonuses, you know, that I can expect around a show like that, and that I'm okay to have around a show like that, because it's not something new, because it's something that is already into the show, which is explained better, which is shown better. It's really a focus of something that we have into the show. We have a focus of that into a bonus. I'm totally okay with that. It's so well done. All of them, there are drawings, videos like that. So cool. It's warders training with each other. Is it Lan? Are we gonna discover something about Lan? You're just a kid. I'm lost. That was, again, a beautiful video. Beautiful, you know, drawings, again the music, again the interpretations, you know, the voices of these videos are so good. But I'm lost by the subject of it. I understood, you know, that it's the story of that great warder, Jerome, you know, someone like that, who won a lot of battles and who only lost against one farmer, and that was something important. You have to consider each of your enemies the same, you know, and to not judge them that quick. Okay, I've got the lesson and I've got that, but the fact that we have that story about that warder, now I'm gonna wonder, is he someone important? Like, did we name him into the show? I can't remember that we had something about him into the show. I hope that I'm not forgetting it. Is he someone who was important, you know, during the story of the last dragon? Is it gonna be someone important right now for the new story? It was great, really well done, but I'm surprised. They are really good, these videos.
Long before the walls of our great city were raised by Ogier hands, there existed a great era of humanity. The age of legends was a time of advancement. Philosophy, science, technology.
That's what we saw during the memory at the beginning of the episode 8, and that's what I understand now more because of the first video.
With each half of the one power, Saida and Saidi, woman and man, halves of the whole.
Saida and Saidi.
Menka Saidi, it's wild and unwieldy, a raging torrent resisting. Data upstream, the two cannot be separated.
The yin and the yang, it's the same philosophy behind that.
In its gentleness we find its infinite power. To master these waters will take time and practice. My daughters, let us begin. The only thing in your mind is the bud of the flower. Only that. You can see every detail.
Empty your mind. The Dark One, he said that also to Ron.
Know it. You and the bud are one.
That's how you are teaching them that. Okay, I love the comparisons, you know, with water. You know, to see the power coming as amount of water, you know, as I understand, you know, the power where you are managing to take it, all of that, okay, I've got it, you know, during the first episodes they explained it well, but to picture it, to imagine that it can react, that it can act like water. In water you can drown, in water you can also just feel relaxed and peace. Like you remember also Egwene during the first episode, to imagine power, you know, like that, like water, it's bringing more interpretations to what you can do with power and also what power can do to you, in my opinion. saidin and Saida, it's important information, but I have the impression that we already knew all of that into the regular show, the season. It's just more explained, it's just really a zoom on it. So again, it's okay for me to do something like that. Let's see this one about the White Tower.
Out of the ashes of the breaking, surviving factions of female Aes Sedai emerged into a new world, while male Aes Sedai continued their descent into madness and destruction. The island of Tar Valon was chosen. Here, those with the natural ability to channel are welcomed as novices to begin their training.
Not all of them.
Those lucky enough to get called to the shore will choose their agile of 7 faction warriors, standing ready, healers of all things living.
Ah, we have the description.
Past. Seekers of
Keepers of the past, you're what color?
warriors.
Grey, maybe? Green, yellow.
All things living. Keepers of the past. Law-focused diplomats. Pursuers
Black.
of truth and reason. And
White.
those dedicated to preventing the wrong and dangerous evil. The Hall of the Tower is our central council, represented by 3 sitters from each Aja. It was no accident that we chose the island of Tar Valon in plain view of Dragonheart. A warning that the Dragon Reborn will come one day.
And you will be ready. It's so beautiful, these drawings. Cool, really cool. One of the bonus that I can expect with that zoom on the White Tower, on the Aes Sedai, how they build that thing, you know, how they build the White Tower into that particular place, why that particular place, the different groups into the Aes Sedai. Like, it's stuff that I understood into the regular season, which were explained, but it's really a focus on it, so it's explained better. It's good. It's the kind of bonus that I love, and again, it's so well done. Okay, number 6, the last one.
In the years that followed the breaking, during the long exile, we Ogier wandered lost in search of our setting. Even after finding our settings once again, we Ogier continue to be bound to our homes. There is no lovelier place than an Ogier grove. No shadow spawn would enter. There is no way to channel the one power. There is rest.
Oh, it sounds like a beautiful place.
While humankind has long
It's
prized Ogier masonry, for us, it has
Wow,
always been the forest.
that's a beautiful tree. And
You
drawing.
cannot bring stone to life. When we sing to the forest, it is much as if the earth itself sings to us.
And you can build things like that, like coming from...
I have few prized possessions, of which beyond my books I have not many.
I want to live with you into
And
that.
once there is nothing true adventure calls. Adventure that cannot be found in a book.
Okay, cool, really cool. Again, really a zoom on something, you know, of the regular season, about understanding more about the Ogier and all. It's new information, but it's not big ones, you know, which can change stuff into the story. Yes, 6 little videos. The fact that they are all, you know, done the same with these drawings, with this treatment also of the sounds and the musics, so good. That's really giving a vibe, you know, to all of these 6 videos, and it's really well done. All of that page, you know, all of that explore page of The Wheel of Time, it's really well done. We watched it together, you know. I showed you that they made stuff to explain the characters, to explain the different artifacts, to explain the different creatures, to explain the different places. They made the map, they made the chronology. You can click on the stuff on the chronology to have more pictures, to have more explanations. So it's really well done, and these 6 videos are going with that mood, with that atmosphere of explaining more stuff which are into the regular season, and it's really well done. The only issues that I could have, it's 2 things. One that maybe is wrong. A lot of things that I saw today, you know, on that page can be spoilers, you know, and I don't know, because I didn't watch them before, I don't know when they were out on that page. If they were already into that page before the episode talking about it being out, it was spoilers. I hope that it was not the case. I hope that all of the towns, you know, into the map appeared when our characters discovered them. Some things, you know, into the explanations, I think that it was about the different creatures and also about the different artifacts. The one that we discovered at the end of the episode 8, the Horn of Valyria, I hope that that section, you know, appeared only at the end of the episode 8, or at the same time than the episode 8, that when people discovered that page, that explore page, after the episode 1, they didn't have access to that information. So if everything was already done and already put right there, for me it's a big issue, because it's big spoilers. But if it's not the case, you know, if they really took the time to put everything after each episode, that's wonderful, really, that's wonderful. The fact that you can do stuff like that, that you are so involved into making that page alive, you know, in sort of a way, that's amazing. The fact that they offer, you know, to the viewers a page like that with so many explanations, with so many different things like a map, a chronology, informations related with different, you know, groups of things that you need to understand, the artifacts, the creatures, all of the different characters, all of that, and that they are making videos in addition of that, it's amazing the work that is done, you know, behind that. So I'm wondering about that, you know, about when all of these informations for all of these different sections were released. And the other only issue that I can have with the wonderful work that they made on that page, it's the first little video, the breaking of the world, because really for me, that thing, it shouldn't be right there with the bonuses, it should be into the regular season, at the beginning of one episode, at the beginning of the last one, at the beginning of the first one, as you want, but it shouldn't be right there as a bonus. All of the other ones, there are bonuses, because there are a zoom on a place, you know, with the White Tower, on a character with the greatest warder, on a moment with the fall of Manetheren, a group of people, you know, an organization, I don't know how to name it, with the Ogier, like there are a zoom on something. That's what we can expect with bonuses. But the one about the breaking of the world, it's containing a lot of big informations and a real explanation, a real object, you know, on itself, which should be, really should be, into the regular season to really explain everything so well to the viewers, and with informations that I really don't think that we have into the regular season. I don't remember that at any point we learned that the last dragon killed his wife, killed his kid, did all of that, about the breaking, the fact that it lasted for so long, the fact that during that time a lot of civilizations and a lot of stuff, knowledge were lost. For me, it's big information. It's explaining a lot more why everyone is reacting like that in front of the power, is being so afraid of it. It's explaining it a lot more and with new information. That's really the only issue that I have with that page, because that page is really wonderful done, and these 6 videos are really beautiful. I encourage you, you know, all of you guys to go watch them fully. I'm not gonna put them fully right there. 3 minutes for each of these 6 videos. And again, go watch that page, you know, that explore page on the season of The Wheel of Time, because it contains so many informations, and even if you know these informations, just, you know, because it's a lot of work and it's well done. The chronology, the map, it deserves, you know, to be seen. Thanks to the ones of you who told me that I should watch it, you know, who insisted a little, because I was explaining to you that I don't like to watch bonuses, that the story into the season should be enough for me to understand stuff, but you really insisted on the fact that it's really great videos and all, and you are totally right with that. For what it is, you know, on itself, you know, for how it's done, for the drawings, for the music, for all of that, it's so good, you know, that it deserved to be seen just for what it is. It was cool, I really appreciated it. I'm gonna stop this video right now because I think that it's really a long one for a bonus video, it's really a long one. So it's all for you and for me for the Wheel of Time for this season 1. That's really gonna be the last one that I'm gonna make for the Wheel of Time. And I will see you again for the season 2, for the trailer of the season 2 and the season 2. Again, if you want, I'm reacting to plenty of shows. Go check the playlist, you know, that I made for each of them if you want to stay with me. And if it's not the case, I wish you the best and I will see you for the season 2. It's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.